Did you know that humans should only eat meat? Yes, that's what I said. Humans should only eat meat. I am here with my carnivore dear friend, Karen Anderson, and we're going to talk about carnivore today and why humans should be eating meat. Thank you so much, Karen, for being here with me today.
Hi, Cami. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do was just kind of have people catch up with what's been going on with you and how you've been feeling, how you've been doing, staying on, basically a carnivore diet. Tell us kind of what your diet's been consisting of and how you've been feeling and doing.
Well, thank you. I am trying to stick to a carnivore diet. I'm still what I would say transitioning. I have Diet Coke every now and then because that is my addiction, my kryptonite, I think you could call it. I shouldn't say that that's my addiction. The carbs are the addiction. It just is expressed for me in the Diet Coke as opposed to a candy bar. Or I don't really have like cravings for things like cake or cookies anymore, but really that Diet Coke that, and honestly, it might not be, the addiction might actually be some sort of neurotoxin from the chemicals in the artificial sweetener. That would be my guess because it's such an intense sweetness.
Yes.
But I am usually having eggs and bacon and cheese for breakfast. And I was going to McDonald's. Sometimes I would have a bagel and I would I would order two bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwiches and put it all on one bagel and eat the bagel or eat only half a bagel. Sometimes I only eat no bagel and it's just the bacon, egg, and cheese. And for me, given my lifestyle, I because I take care of my mom. My mom is wheelchair bound and bed bound, and so it's nice to get out of the house in the morning for me. Um, I don't like to cook in the house, and the other day I cooked bacon in the air fryer and set off the smoke detectors. So I just have to perfect those little things. So I think our smoke detectors are just really sensitive
Yeah.
because my mom's caregiver was cooking a hamburger patty and it just went off a little while ago. So it just not enough circulation maybe in the house. But then in the evenings, I will try to have a steak with butter. And if I go out to eat, now I'm doing really good eating out. I don't usually order really bad things. I like to eat at Texas Roadhouse, which is a steakhouse, and I order a 6-ounce sirloin and then I order melted butter to go with it so that the fat ratio is there because the sirloin is pretty low in fat. It's much leaner protein. And I order a baked potato and I order a loaded baked potato and I don't eat the potato. I just take the toppings out of it. And then I order a side salad, which their salad is a salad with cheese, egg, hard boiled egg, croutons, and tomatoes. And I have it without the tomatoes, the croutons, and the lettuce. So I just have egg and cheese. And
Okay.
it's funny because those are sometimes stopping points for people, whether they're going keto or carnivore, right? They're stuck in a I don't want to I don't want people to look like I'm strange, or I don't want to cause trouble. I don't want to cause an order that's not going to be correct. And so it's just easier to take an easier path is just let them bring the salad. But if you let them bring a salad and you don't tell them you want it changed, like at Texas Roadhouse, they bring me a bowl this big of cheese and egg. It's got to be like two hard boiled eggs and probably a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And if you don't have that done, then what they bring is a sprinkle of cheese and a sprinkle of egg, which is, a tablespoon probably of each. So I like to do it that way, and I've gotten used to it. It's like, okay, this is where you're going to have to just be out there and just tell them, yeah, this is a carnivore. I don't eat vegetables. I don't eat plants.
Yeah, that would be difficult for me because I would want to go ahead and eat the lettuce that was sitting there with the, hard boiled egg and the cheese.
And
Or
I
the
got,
potato that comes underneath, all the loaded stuff, the potato that's under there. I would definitely get in like, a few good bites of that potato.
yeah. And the potato is harder for me than the lettuce because I forgot to, no, I didn't forget to order. I ordered it the way I usually eat it, and they brought it to me wrong because they don't, most of the people when they make it, unless they know it's my order, and I'm not the only one who orders it like that. I know I've heard other people order it, or I've been told by the servers that other people order it like that. Um, but the people in the kitchen are like, what? They just want a bowl of, and somebody told me that they order just a bowl of egg, and I got just the bowl of egg once, and that's a good idea too because you get a whole bowl of egg. You can even take that home and have it for another meal or something if you don't want to eat it at the restaurant. And if you're trying to really cut back on the dairy, it's sometimes a little easier to eat. The difference between eating the egg alone or the egg and the cheese together and how full I am before I get to the steak is really amazing. It's surprising how much what the cheese does to make you feel full. Um,
Interesting.
but I did eat the salad once, and it my gut was paid the price. It was pretty quick to feel like, oh, I feel like my stomach has got something in it that wants to get out.
So just like nausea or just
No, just
fullness or
yeah, just I
diarrhea
could just
or
feel no, I could just feel the digestion, just a little cramping from the digestion.
I see.
Yeah, that because most of the stuff that I eat is not doesn't have any issue getting digested. I don't even feel it usually.
Yeah. So how has your clothes been fitting?
Well, the skinny jeans that I usually wear, I hadn't worn them for a while, but then my regular black pants that I wear, they were just falling off, and I was either going to have to find a belt or find the skinny jeans. So I found the skinny jeans and I put them on, and I didn't have to unzip them or unbutton them, and they just pulled right on. They're a little stretchy, so obviously that that helps. But
So good.
yeah, so they're fitting. I feel like I do feel like I still have some like weight. Well, you can't really see because of the camera, but like like at my gut, I still feel I'm still thick and maybe even thicker. But other things have that my thighs and my hips have really gotten thinner. So that to me is saying maybe the visceral fat is still there by my organs, and
Uh-huh.
the cutaneous fat has been used up. And but it's a good feeling. It's really good to feel like I can run up and down the basement stairs now. There's so many things that there are small things in your life that you don't usually take notice of often. And running up and down the stairs to the basement is one of them because that's where the laundry room is for me. And it's like, oh, I want to do a couple of errands at a time to go do before I go do the laundry, right? I want to get, what do I need to get out of the refrigerator or the freezer? I'll pick that up. Maybe I'll do a little organizing down there, and I'll do my laundry, and I'll put the laundry in, and then I'll do some organizing, and then I'll change the laundry over so that I don't have to go back upstairs. And I don't feel like that anymore. The other day I ran upstairs and I got so distracted by what I was doing, I forgot to get what I was going downstairs for. So I went back downstairs to get a bag of ice. And it's just like, oh, yeah, I'll just go downstairs and get it. And that is something that is a little different because normally there was a conversation in my head of, oh, I got to go back downstairs.
Yeah, yeah. So you're feeling like better physically, like more energy and better
Yeah,
use
a
of your
lot lighter.
muscles and
Yeah.
lighter. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Because you don't really get on a scale, right? To look at the weight.
Yeah. I don't feel like a scale is helpful because muscle weighs more than fat. And so if you're losing fat, and gaining muscle, your weight may stay the same or your weight may go up, and people will think that, I mean, the number would be that you've gained weight, but it doesn't mean that you've gained fat, and it doesn't mean that you've lost muscle, or it doesn't mean, you know what I mean? So I think that it's
Yeah,
uh,
it's hard to know who's doing what.
exactly. And I also don't think that the numbers, I don't think any kind of number should really um, run your life or get in the way of how you conduct your life. That's the joy of carnivore, because the carnivore diet is a species appropriate diet. And because it's species appropriate, I know I'm doing the right thing. I know that if I go back to eating bread every day, or cake every day, or a candy bar every day, or all of three of those things every day, then I don't have to get on a scale. Because here's the thing, I know either I will gain weight, or I will get diabetes, or I will get cancer, or I'll get eczema, or I will, something is going to occur.
Dementia.
Yeah, one of those things is going to occur because I'm not supposed to be eating those things. And if I eat those things, then I don't have to get on a scale. My weight will shift, and eventually you figure out what kind of food you need to be eating, so that if you have weight to lose, the weight will come off.
Right, right. Very good. So that sounds like that's all going okay.
Yeah.
So, why don't you give us talk to us about what you've been doing as far as events or things that are going on? I know that you went and hung out with Kelly
I
Hogan and
did.
went on a walk with Kelly and had a meal with her. Tell me what you've been doing in that area.
Yeah, so we have a carnivore woman named Karen S. Miles, and she's on Instagram as Karen Smiles. And she's super sweet. I met her and a few other carnivore people at Healing Humanity in January of 2025. Healing Humanity had a meetup promoting the creation of the documentary Healing Humanity that Carrie Mann and Adam Lacey were working on. And Karen is in a little, I don't know, maybe like an hour south of me here in Illinois. And so she has Kelly Hogan. She's in one of Kelly Hogan's groups, and she has Kelly Hogan come in every year, and she comes out and they do this little meetup here in Naperville. And it was wonderful. Kelly Hogan was a wonderful person to chat with, and Jenny Middich, who's also very big in the carnivore community. She just finished a carnivore cookbook / educational book. I think it's called The Complete Carnivore. Jenny is one who likes to run life through the numbers. She's always sharing her blood work and what changes. She'll always do experiments and then test her blood work. And she is probably about an hour from me as well. So we are making plans to have other meetups in the near future. I probably will see them in the end of June 27th, I think, is another Healing Humanity meetup in the Chicagoland area. And it is actually, the movie is done. Carrie Mann's Healing Humanity movie is done. I highly recommend you go to sadly, his YouTube channel is Homestead How, because he started as a homesteading channel. And but you can search Healing Humanity as well and find it. And so through the initial meeting in January of 2025, I had met Dr. Hampton and Dr. Kiltz, and Lisa Wiedemann, Dr. Wiedemann. And I know that I'm pretty sure Dr. Kiltz, well, Dr. Hampton for sure, and Carrie Mann and Adam Lacey and Karen Miles will be at the Healing Humanity. They're going to be premiering the movie in Elk Grove on June 27th.
Oh, that's exciting. So that's local for you,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. About an hour. And, everything's an hour, because even if it's not that far, just traffic is a bear, but
Yeah.
it's outside of O'Hare. And I'm sure some people will come in for it. I know Jenny said she was going to be there for it. Jenny Middich said she would be there. I'm looking forward to seeing Tony Hampton again, because he's a nice, he's usually a great speaker. He's in the movie. He's featured heavily in the movie. And it'll be nice to catch up with him and see what he's doing, because he's trying to bring carnivore to the medical
Community.
paradigm, like in the hospitals or in the system, so that it can be an acceptable protocol, if that's what you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
But there's it's a fun community, and it's a very supportive community. And we ended up, the thing that Karen had in Naperville, which it's every June. And if you're interested, go to her Instagram. But I think so I signed up and she said, oh, it's been sold out for 3 weeks. But then she texted me, she said, oh, we have an opening, so you're in now. And it's a free meetup. We did a walk beforehand, and then we did the meetup and had a meal at Mission Barbecue. With the barbecue, I had the brisket. It was delicious. And so here's my little cheats. Like I had the sausage, but it had cheddar cheese and jalapeno. And jalapenos are plants, so those are things I probably won't eat those after I've been carnivore for another 3 years, but I still consider myself carnivore even though I ate jalapeno peppers in that sausage.
So
Um,
loose kind of, because I'm kind of a loose carnivore right now, but carnivore basically.
yeah, and I'm going to be starting my own channel. I wanted to get it started between now and this June 27th date, and I'm struggling with a name for it. I want it to be, I was thinking carnivore communion. I'm thinking maybe just going carnivore, um, or staying carnivore. I don't know. There's, people in the carnivore community do have struggles about staying, having their carb addiction bring them out of carnivore and back into carb eating.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, carbs are notorious for their strength in being able to do that. What
Yeah.
about carnivore Karen?
The name Karen has such a bad connotation. I
That's
mean,
what
I do,
I love it. I don't think of it that way, but I don't know. Just an idea.
yeah. I mean, I did think about that. Um, because there's another thing that connotation could be an aspect of my channel because I am a little on the militant side of being carnivore. I know that the carnivore diet is a species appropriate diet, and I know Dr. Chafee, Anthony Chafee, he says that humans are obligate carnivores, and many other people in the carnivore community talk about it being that they're not obligate, meaning that they have to eat the carnivore diet, that you actually can eat um, plants, and I don't agree with that. I think that there's a lot of science that shows, not science, a lot, everything points to when you eat plants something bad happens, and it's just like a cat is an obligate carnivore. You can't feed cats popcorn on occasion or bread on occasion and think they're going to thrive. They are going to get sick, and if you continue to do it they will die. They get tumors. And I kind of compare it to that. It's like, well, if you think it's okay to feed your cat that, and if you think it's okay that your cat has diabetes, your cat has tumors, your cat sleeps all the time, and that sort of thing, then great. Don't feed your cat an obligate carnivore diet. But if you want your cat to thrive and have a healthy coat and live a long life and enjoy its life, then don't feed it plants.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Very good. So, are there some other things that are coming up that you want to let people know about?
Well, a lot of the carnivore community kind of blends in with the keto community, right? So um, there's the meeting. I don't know if that one is sold out. I don't know how many people they have available. What the seating capacity is for having that movie premiere on June 27th, but because that's going to be followed by a meal if you want to pay for the meals, and that's going to be, I think, at Fogo de Chão, which is like Texas de Brazil, one of those Brazilian steakhouses. Um, that is going on. Dr. Kiltz, he has a decent Dr. Kiltz Carnivore 2026 um, list of what he's up to. He's one of the popular carnivores. Um, he is going to. He's saying, oh, so he's not going to Chicago, the Chicago screening. He's going to be in the Florida screening of the movie in uh, Winter Park, Florida. And I want to say that I think that's around Orlando, like Altamonte Springs area, maybe. I might be wrong about that. The 4th of July is going to be Bella Steak and Butter Gal. She's going to be doing her, I believe, second annual 4th of July meetup. It's a 4th of July party in Bozeman, Montana. And I won't
Okay.
make that this year, but I am definitely going to be going to that one next year. And of course, the Low Carb USA metabolic, symposium for metabolic health, that's going to be August 13th and 16th
Mm-hmm.
in San Diego.
I'll be
And then
there.
now, are you? I don't. They're not going to do the Boca low carb or symposium for metabolic health, right? I think they're doing it just in San Antonio then in 2027.
I believe so. It's in January, end of January of 2027 in San Antonio this year.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to line up my girlfriends to go to that too. So, because I have a girlfriend, my doctor friends that live out in San Antonio and two of them in Wisconsin. We're trying to get down to San Antonio to hang out together and go to the conference together. So that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And is that where you went to med school or?
Correct.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful part of Texas too. I mean, if you have to go to Texas, that's a really good place to go.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And I would say it's one of the less super hot places in Texas.
Yes. Yes. It's nice there.
Um, and there's in November of 2026 is Hack Your Health,
Okay.
which I can't remember what that's November 13th and 14th. And I don't go to some of these things because that happens to be the anniversary of my dad's passing, and that'll be the 10-year anniversary. And I still am spending time with my family on those anniversaries.
Uh huh.
So I haven't been doing almost every single one of these, like the meat stock that was in um, the first meat stock that they had was May 31st, I think, and that was my mom's birthday. It's almost always by my mom's birthday. Um, this year they moved it up, so it was like the first week of May, but it happened to be a week after the toy show, and the toy show was grueling, and so I'm crashing. And so I didn't, and I was already gone for the toy show, so I didn't want to be gone for another couple of days. And this time, the 2027 meat stock is going to be in Nashville and not in Gatlinburg. So it's going to be a much bigger venue, so more people can come. So it's usually been like around 1,000 people, I think, and they're trying to make it up to 5,000 people for meat stock. And if you go
Wow.
to the website for meat stock, whether you look at the old one at 2026 or you go to the 2027, that's the huge list of people that go. There's Kelly Hogan, Sean Baker, Anthony Chafee, Steak and Butter Gal, Lisa Wiedemann, Dr. Boz, Dr. Hampton, I think is there. Anybody who's Dr. Barry, just a ton of people are there. Um, and so I think that would be, and it's not as rugged now that it's not going to be like quite like a retreat.
Okay. Wow. So there's lots of stuff going on in the carnivore community and it continues to grow and continues to get support.
Yeah, and there's a little bit going on in like Dr. Kiltz is going to be in Australia. Australia's got a booming carnivore community, partly because New Zealand is known for their beef and their lamb. They're especially grass fed, and so that's I think September 12th. I don't know what part of Australia it's in. I'd love to get down for one of those, but I think if you go to Australia, you need to spend the flight alone is it's probably 20 hours from the minute you walk out your door to the minute
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
land. Um, and I just don't have the time to spend to be out of the house for that long. I don't even know. There's also the Great British Meetup or something. If you look at Richard Smith, one of my favorite carnivores, he's a Welsh bodybuilder consultant. He has a great school community, and he's got a couple of people that he regularly has, like Dr. Stephen, and then Dr. Stephen is I think regularly interviewing the black box warning woman. Her name is Liz, and she's funny. She's just kind of broken out in the carnivore area.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for the update on all of the events that are going on and
It's happening.
It's happening. It's slow. It's slow, but it's growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just so glad that you're doing well and that you feel, good and have energy and your weight is stable or down and, the benefits are being seen.
It's very strange that the amount of energy and clarity that you have on eating carnivore is very um odd. It gives you a very odd for me because I've never felt a lot of energy. I was never an athlete and or exerciser, and it is very um overwhelming to have so much energy,
Mhm.
to not
Mhm.
look at the end of the day when you're at the end of the day thinking, oh, what more could I do, oh, before I go to bed,
Right.
instead of just thinking, oh my gosh, I just got to get to bed.
Right. And the end of the day comes and it's 10 o'clock at night and you still have energy and you're thinking, well, I need to go to bed because I know my body wants 8 hours of sleep a night too.
Yeah, and I feel that for me, the what I think one of the best things for carnivore is that it allows me the strength and gives me a stronger health benefit, that I actually am able to stay with my to like wake up every 2 or 3 hours, because that's kind of what I need to take care of my mom at night. And it gives
Mhm.
me the ability to do that without really wrecking my health. And I mean, I might have some dark circles under my eyes sometimes, or some bags under my eyes, but I don't feel exhausted during the day.
And then are you able when you get up to go back to sleep?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's one of the things about the eating this way too, is that when I need to sleep, I can sleep, and when I need to be up, I need to be up. And it really makes sense from a evolutionary standpoint, because I don't think that women having babies has changed much over the last million years. And babies just require a certain amount of feeding because of the way that they are growing, that you need to feed them very often, and they wake up,
Yeah.
they need to be fed. And babies can sleep while they're eating, but generally moms can't, right? Or at least can't sleep too well. And I mean, I have found that I can like almost sleep with my doing my mom's exercises at 3 in the morning, and when I'm helping her with her, she has a, what would you say, your typical stroke pose. And I can rub this hand, and sometimes I just fall asleep, but we're still doing the exercises. And I will tell you this: today, the first day in probably 8 or 9 months, she actually moved her left hand on her own.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I brought out her walker, and I said, with this walker, you need to reach it. And she was already reaching with her right hand, which she has issues with her right side as well. So she was reaching with her right hand, and then I could see her moving that left hand, and it was so exciting.
Wow. Oh, congratulations. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's great news. Yeah, well, for me, I'm not doing a carnivore diet. I'm eating meat every day on most meals, but or eggs for in the morning for breakfast, eggs and bacon. But I'm starting to get into a little bit of ketosis. It's mild now. It's zero point 0.5 to 1.0, but consistent. And so my goal is to get, higher. 1 to 1.5 would be great for me. But I have so much energy when I'm in ketosis and I have a difficult time sleeping. Like I can fall asleep, but generally after 5 hours, I wake up and I feel ready to go.
Yeah. And
And
and I think that's your body telling you, get up and go, do something.
yeah, but I know how important sleep is too. And and then what'll happen is later in the day, then I'll want a nice long nap. And sometimes I just don't have the time to take that.
Yeah.
And then if I get too tired, then cravings come for carbs and, all of that stuff. So it's all about, trying to balance everything appropriately.
I would disagree. I would say balance is not what we are here on the planet for. And I would say sleep when you are tired, when you're awake, do things, and then sleep again. And obviously if your schedule doesn't allow it, juggle that. But it's going to be a juggle of working really hard, working through some of the sleep and then going to bed early or something and not scrolling on your phone or watching a movie.
Right. Well, I disagree. I think that, for me, balance is really important as an addict, and trying to balance all of those things and make sure that I don't fall off the wagon on my eating plan. So we can agree to disagree.
We will have to agree to disagree. When you are because in the old days when you had that ketosis feeling, you were a little afraid of it. Are you having that same feeling, or
No, no, I'm very happy. I welcome it. I feel very happy being in ketosis.
are you feeling some ease in movement?
Yes, I'm still big, so moving this body around is still kind of hard and frustrating. But the weight is coming off, but it's going to come off slowly,
Do you
I
feel that
believe.
you're like less inflammation,
Yes.
right? Because I think isn't ketosis the opposite of inflammation?
Right. It's, when you're burning fat for fuel instead of sugar for fuel, I'm sure that less inflammation is part of that, is part of that. I mean, that's how I feel, but I'm on my Beamer mat twice a day too. So I really feel a lot less inflammation.
When you lay on your beamer mat, are you laying like on your back?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So
So
no hip replacements for you. No more knee replacements.
no, those are done. And my hips are doing great, between the Beamer and the yoga, and I'm doing weight resistance training and keeping the muscles all strong around it, and stretching on Saturdays to, I do a good stretch session with Jeff where we kind of work on all the different joints. It's only 30 minutes. So yeah. Yeah. I'm hanging in there. And so are
All
you.
right.
So that's wonderful.
Awesome.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope that we can have you on, intermittently to just kind of catch us up with what's going on in the carnivore world.
Yeah, I hope I can like release the name of my website or whatever, my YouTube channel, if it gets going.
Yeah, let me know when that happens and we can do a little promotional, welcome to the channel
All
event.
right. It was good seeing you. Bye,
You too.
everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.